Hi, I'm Paul Hindler from Insight. About 10 years ago, my partner Arumugam Pillay and I presented a paper comparing housing finance systems in 5 countries. This video is a brief overview of the relationship between publicly and privately funded aspects of these 5 housing finance systems. We focused on the shifting trend from delivery of housing products to the provision of housing finance. And the 5 countries are the USA, India, Germany, Thailand, and South Africa. The context for this shift was the move from building society and savings and loans funds towards private investor finance, driven by a global housing debt that exceeded the total value of United States government securities and the corporate bond market. In the USA, mortgage loans held by financial institutions were sold as securities to investment banks and investors in a process known as securitization. The details of this process were that the mortgage loans were pooled, sliced up into securities, and security certificates were passed through a range of public and private conduits with varying forms of guarantees and risk enhancers to the capital markets. This process was regulated inadequately, we now know, partly by the government, partly by rating agencies, and specialized loan services provided the collection of the monthly payments to the investors. In India, a strong public housing finance company funded by the National Housing Bank still plays a major role in the provision of housing finance. The National Housing Bank is insured and reinsured by large insurance companies. Capital markets and investors have played a limited role in this process. In Germany, the public housing banking system, called the Bausparkasse, provides a savings vehicle for borrowers and also a means for them to accumulate their deposit. The balance of the housing cost is then funded by a mortgage bank. These mortgage banks raise wholesale finance on the capital markets while the government provides subsidies for savings and also in the form of rental housing. Securitization has played a limited role in this system. Thailand also has a very strong public financing of housing through its government housing bank, with commercial banks providing funding for the upper end of the market. Capital markets play a weaker role than the state in these systems. Supporters and proponents of the securitization system in the US say that the Government Housing Bank of Thailand represents the only successful example of a public bank, a view which we strongly contest. In South Africa, there are a range of lending institutions, banks, non-banks, and NGOs, and the capital markets and parastatals such as the National Housing Finance Corporation provide the wholesale funding for these institutions, while the government provides a subsidy for households earning less than 3,500 rand per month. So to sum up, the Indian, German and Thailand systems are very strongly state-driven, the US system is strongly market-driven, and South Africa represents a mix of the two approaches. The Indian, German and Thai systems are highly regulated, the US system is relatively unregulated, and again, South Africa represents a mix of the two approaches. Interest rates are market-driven in the US, Germany, Thailand, and South Africa, and state-subsidized in India. The loan products are primarily mortgage in the US, Germany, and Thailand, housing or microloans in India, and a mix of the two in South Africa. The underlying security is primarily property in the US, Germany, and Thailand, non-mortgage forms of security in India, and a mix of the two in South Africa. The legal and administrative functions with respect to title are effective in the US, Germany, Thailand, and South Africa, and poor in India. Services to collect payments are specialized in the US. They are bundled together with general banking functions in India, Germany, and Thailand, and they are mixed in South Africa. Housing products tend to be primarily conventional in the US and Germany, mainly unconventional in India and Thailand, and South Africa represents a mix of the two. Thank you for watching, and please visit our website for further information.